All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Law Nation. Of course, we're going to get this thing going. It is the draft time for your mind right around the corner. And everybody knows, everybody should know this right here that, man, we are only one player away from being an explosive team or even more of an explosive team. We are one player away from being a more dynamic defensive team, right? We are one player away from having a special team guru. Everybody know, don't sleep on special teams. Special team is a way you can get some quick points. Of course, I know a lot of people look at the draft and they always look at the best philosophy would be, oh, can we go grab this guy and worry about grabbing that guy? But my thing is BPA. BPA will always be the best philosophy. Shout out to everybody that's here, that's watching. Really appreciate you guys for jumping in and tuning in to this thing as we begin to set up. Um, Here's the situation. Make sure I can see you guys, man. Post, give me a shout out or something, man, and let me know. Give me a thumbs up in the chat box, man. If you guys are able to hear me, let me know if you guys are able to hear me, and we can get things going that way. Let me make sure to take it over here. Building the plane while it's in the air, baby. That's how we do this thing, baby. Build the plane while it's in the air. Give me 1 second here. Yeah. We should be live on multiple platforms. Come on. There we go. There we go. Q&A, find the best way possible. Yeah. James, what's good, man? You can hear me? Let's go. Appreciate you. Okay, now I see the vibes. Now I see y'all. At first I was like, man, I'm live. I don't see no traction there. But I see y'all now. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I'm over here in a different time zone, so it's different. So I know some people are still asleep. Some people are up. Some people got their cup of joe. Some people got their thing going all the way for the weekend. And hey, y'all know I'm an early riser, so y'all know how this thing goes, right? Shout out to you, John. Appreciate you for jumping in. Appreciate you. Shout out to you. All right. So yeah. So you guys are able to hear me. All right. First, I got to get this news out. Cedric Wilson. Yes, the Cowboys re-signed him. Was that a good move? I'm gonna tell you guys right now. That was a great move. He got extreme rapport with Dak Prescott. To me personally, I have him one of the top route runners on this team. I said before, Cedric Wilson, he can run routes. If I was to do a check off list of who can run the best routes for the Dallas Cowboys, Amari Cooper number one, CD Lamb. He might fight Amari Cooper for being that number one spot, but CD Lamb is number two. Um, Cedric Wilson is number three, and then Michael Gallup, and then Noah Brown. So Cedric, he can find the soft spots in his zone. Y'all remember when he threw the touchdown pass to Dak Prescott? That's a crazy play. That's a great movement as well. So shout out to my dog Cedric Wilson. Oh my goodness, Jay Versick in the house, baby. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for your love and adulation to help elevate the nation. Let's go, Jay Versick. Yes, 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 yes. So you guys are hearing news and noise that the Joneses are in such of a love affair with Kyle Pitts. I want everybody to understand this too. Be aware of the smoke and mirrors, right? Be aware of, shout out to you, As Motors. I see you, fam. Appreciate you for jumping in. So be aware of all of that. Let me see what else we got in here. Let me give a shout out to everybody that's here right quick. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, James. Shout out to you for, man, being part of the audio crew. Appreciate you, Taylor. Appreciate you for jumping in. John, appreciate you for jumping in. Miss V, appreciate you for being part of this thing. You know how this thing rock and roll. As Modius, appreciate you for being part of this thing. Oh man, y'all tell y'all friends and neighbors where to go. Cowboys abroad, what's good with you? Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being part of this thing as well. So, moving back, will the Cowboys, that's the operative word, finally draft our way? our logic of thinking. Well, last season, during this time, the draft part, a lot of Cowboys fans were saying, okay, we need defense. Is that a true statement? Yes, we do need defense. Will the Cowboys finally focus on defense? Who knows? But I will tell you guys this: BPA, best player available, is the reason why we got a guy named CD Lamb on our team. One can argue, they call him C Dangerous Lamb. The reason why he's on the team. Every time I go live, they got the laws running up. They got the laws, baby. Every time I go live, the laws want to show they up. Yeah. Yeah, Craig English, what's good? I'm letting the laws go by. You know, you got to obey the laws around here. All right, so law, okay. So my thing is, I believe CD Lamb was the best pick for us, the best player available. Of course, we could have went and got a Caleb Vaughn Chase on, but no, we stuck to our guns and we had a philosophy. Law, what is a philosophy? Well, a philosophy is this right here, Cowboy Nation, is when you do something a certain way, you continue to do the same thing that certain way. You don't change it up and switch it up from year to year. You keep your philosophy, because that's why we got Diggs in the second round, right? Oh my goodness, man. Let me see. Let me see what else we got over here. Did you just state that Gallup is the fourth wide receiver on this team? No, 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 no. Run. I'm talking about as it relates to route running. Route running. Not Gallup, he's the second wide receiver on this team still. You got Amari Cooper and you got Gallup, and then you still have CeeDee Lamb, because we have yet to see CeeDee Lamb on the outside for majority or even over 60% of his plays. But when I'm talking about nuanced route running, man, Cedric Wilson, to me, the way he in and out of his cuts, oh yeah, he up there. He up there. But I hope you guys get route running is different from playing the position, right? Yeah, shout out to y'all though, man. Trying to let CD take up more special teams year two, or draft someone that can do that. This is Taylor. I want to save CD Lamb. It's not like when I look at CD Lamb play, it's not like I'm seeing like this guru, crazy special team guy. And I know he did it great in college, but if the Cowboys really, really want to focus in on that, they got some guys in this particular draft that can do some special team play. But you probably can get them guys in like the 6th or the later rounds of the 7th. You just take a swing at one of those guys that can do those type of things. But here's what I want CeeDee Lamb to do more into this particular draft. Well, into this particular season. If CeeDee Lamb can give us a little bit more actions on the outside, and if we can have some little bit more action from, I guess, whoever we rotate back inside the slot, then I would be okay with it, because we got to still evaluate Michael Gallup and see what the Cowboys are going to do with that. Appreciate you, Brooke. Shout out to you for your love and adulations, man. Let's see. This Q&A session is fire, man. Look, we're live on both YouTube pages as well as Facebook, and I really appreciate you guys for being part of this thing. Eddie A got some vision in his return game for sure, though. Yeah, he do. But I want to, let me see how I can put this. He's not a David Hester, right? But he do got some vision of what have you. But I want to reserve some of that and get somebody else out there to do those type of things, if that makes any sense. And to be honest with you guys, y'all remember when Dez Bryant was a rookie? He was explosive punt return. Y'all remember that? Shout out to Dez. Here's what we got right here from the 254. What people fail to realize: the Cowboys won't be great because the first round pick is finding that day 2 or in day 3, and we're on, or that's where the teams are built. You can barely see it, but I feel what you're saying, 254. Yes, I had people literally say this right here: the if you don't go defense, Law, if you don't go defense with the first pick, then teams will still be able to run 300 yards on us. Our defense would be ranked bottom half of the league or what have you. And the defense this and defense that. Look, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes, because here's the situation in a scenario. Hear me out. Mike Nolan, and I'm not trying to, please, Cowboy Nation, I'm not trying to use this guy as an scapegoat, but not everybody's lying on you, right? Mike Nolan, everywhere he's been, his defense, historically speaking, by the way, ranked on the bottom, and on top of that, had gave up crazy numbers. It's crazy to me how he was granted the position of being a defensive coordinator, and on top of that, trying to change the entire mindset of the defense, going from a 4-3 to a 3-4 overnight with no offseason and being a hybrid style of defense. It was just crazy. So last year, not to just be with the Cowboys goggles on, but last year could have been one of those situations that it was just a mulligan. Yeah. Cowboys abroad, appreciate you for the $4.99 for your mind. Appreciate you so much for jumping in. Jay Lombardi, appreciate you, Cowboys abroad, for help elevating this channel. And the reason why everything is the way it is because of people like you making the donations. And that's Cowboys abroad, by the way. All right. Jay Lombardi asked a brilliant question. Zaven Collins or Nick Bolton would fit in our linebacker unit. They can do both, cover, and that's what we need. Give me Zaven Collins, man. Give me Zaven Collins, baby. I know people love Nick Bolton, but give me Zaven Collins, baby. Give me that guy. I want that guy. What he weighed in, what, 260, 270-ish. Just a freak. You know, that kid right there. Woo. Give me Zaven Collins, man. Look, Florida Cowboy like, nah, dog, give me Bolton. All right, show people in the chat box. Do you want to go with Zaven Collins or Nick Bolton? Yeah, I want you guys to put that in the comment box. Zaven Collins or Nick Bolton. I'm waiting. I love it. Trayvon Moorridge or Christian Barmore. Oh, Tim, that's too hard. Let me do the Zaven Collins right quick. Let's see. Put ZC for Zaven Collins and put NB for Nicholas Bolton. Or just put Collins, Boosie Collins. You know, let's see what we got. Appreciate everybody for being part of this. Really appreciate you guys for being part of this thing. Yeah. Chad Surratt, he might be the best linebacker in this draft. Watch. Oh my goodness. Everybody, Zaven Collins. Woo. All of the reservations you had with coverage, flipping your hips, being aggressive, redirecting that tight end. You want to get inside that tight end, redirect, move them out the way. All of that stuff, you don't have to worry about it now. You can put Collins on that line, blitz around, get him. See how fast I move? Blitz around at the edge. Boy, appreciate you. Who Asmodeus from the top ropes. Man, but let me just tell you again, I'm gonna get to your question. But you can get Zaven Collins, flip his hips out there. Oh my goodness, boy. He cover, see where he at right here? Oh my goodness. He can cover. He can flip his hips, trail. He can get underneath. Man, he can do all of those things for you, man. I'm telling you right now. And Bolton can too. I'm not going to necessarily denigrate the brother Bolton, but he can do it as well. All right, so Asmodeus with the 1999 HBO special. Appreciate you, my brother, from another mother, no other. Those who are scared to take a chance on Caleb Farley, they will regret it later. Dude is lights out. Caleb Farley. Y'all know, before all of this draft conversation started, you guys know that I had Caleb as my CB1. And after all of the stuff and me diving into J.C. Horn tape and combing through with a fine-tooth comb, I said, damn it, give me J.C. Horn. There is a big risk with Caleb Farley, but there is a high reward, right? So high. I'm talking about John Legend high. It's a high reward to go out there and grab. It's high reward, but that risk is sitting there like, what's up? Surprise, So my thing is, we don't need to have the chances of developing guys. We had the Randy Gregory experiment. It was a risk versus reward. We had the Jalen Smith experiment. That was risk versus reward. We had the it's at the tip of my tongue, but he played linebacker. Had the broken knees and everything. Y'all put his name down below. I mean, he was good for a second too. I think his name was Carter. I think Bruce Carter, I believe that was it. He was a high risk, high reward guy. So my thing is, will the Cowboys draft our philosophy, draft our way, going back to the titling of this particular video? I would say this. If they do, if Farley somehow drops to the second round, he will be a Dallas Cowboy. Let me repeat. If the Cowboys go with Cal Pitts somehow, let's say, for example, in my particular fictitious mock draft right now, Cowboys with the 10th pick of the NFL draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Cal Pitts. Everybody go, everybody crunk, everybody jumping over everywhere. They crunk, they got Cal Pitts, Michael Irvin. Y'all seen Michael Irvin? He was sweating talking about the fact that it's hard to stop a good wide receiver. Oh, I'm sorry, a great wide receiver. But if you insert Cal Pitts, it'd just be unbelievable, right? To make a long story short, y'all know how the Cowboys do in the second round. They like to take that risk, and they will go with, if he's available, and I doubt that he will fall all the way to the 44th pick, he'll be selected. A dog, Keyshawn Alexander, says, man, hell no, forget about Pitts. Who do you want? Mr. Alexander, the great. Who do you want, baby? Who do you want? No, I'm going to wait for Mr. Alexander to put down who do he want with that 10th overall draft pick. The Cowboys better not. The Cowboys better not trade up to get nobody. They better not do that, though. They better not do that. Let me see if Keyshawn. Let me see if Keyshawn gonna respond. I want to know who he want. Come on, Keyshawn. Let me see who you want. My dog Terrence. What's up, man? What's up, Terrence? What's good with you, man? What's good with you? If Gregory Russo is there at the 44. Oh yeah, shoot. If Gregory Russo, the dog, they gonna run up there to take him with the 44th pick. Akeem, what's good with you? The 10th pick, Horn. We need him more than Pitts. You ain't lying. That doggone horn, boy. But tell people, like I said before, people who hit me up on the private groups, I said, man, I ain't gonna say it, but I will say it now. I don't want us to get horn. A little reverse psychology. A little reverse psychology on that one. Oh my. Keyshawn, K.A. Alexander, the Great, said, I'll take Surtain. Surtain over Pitts. Surtain over Pitts. Can I play devil's advocate? And I know I can't use this argument before, because when I said this, I said, man, remember, Cowboy Nation, you can't look at a person individually and how they played within the confines of their system, because in the pros, you're going to be transposing all of your information, all of the stuff that you used to do, over to the pro level. And a lot of that stuff doesn't mean a hill of beans of what happened to you in college, because there'll be a new system and these sorts of things. But can I backpedal a little bit like Deion Sanders? You know, can I get in my stand and backpedal a little bit? Can I backpedal just a little bit? Show of hands that's in the chat. Show of hands in the chat that anybody, just give me a thumbs up if you watched the Alabama versus Florida game. Although Alabama won, just give me a thumbs up if you got a chance to just look at that tape. And I know Surtain was not guarding Pitts, but he was unguardable that game. Can somebody put down that stat line for your mind? Can somebody put down the stat line for your mind of what Kyle Pitts did to that Alabama's defense? Who can say that that's pretty much an NFL-ish type of ready type of style defense, right? Man, I wish I had my coffee. I need to get some coffee real quick. Boy, I need some coffee out here. I'll be sipping my coffee right now. Yeah, let me see. I'm going to give a hint. He had 7 receptions. Y'all can put the yards down. Let's see what we got. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was 7 receptions. It was against the Bama Roll Tide. How many yards he had? Let me see. Avery Dudley says, man, nah, man, I ain't taking that, man. I ain't taking that. I would double dip in DBs in there early. This is from Justin Henderson. That's a good philosophy, right? Robert says Surtain or Horn. Since nobody got their quick fingers there. 7 receptions, north of 120 yards. Could have had 2 tubs, but he had 1 tub. That was Kyle Pitts versus the Alabama's defense. Not saying that all of those yards came or occurred on Surtain's side of the field. And I believe Horn, when he played against actual Kyle Pitts, when he got off the bus, you know the difference between Horn and Surtain? Horn said, look, I want him, coach. I want that dude. They say he the best. They say he can shut this thing and he can shoot this. No. I want him. I want to line him up and lay some, but no, it's gonna compromise our defense. Don't worry about it. Give me some tight gloves. I'm already did my scouting report. He round his routes a little bit. I'm gonna get inside their chest. That's what Horn brings to the table. Different type of mentality. Surtain is like the flow of water. Whatever the coach says, I'm gonna just fall right in. I'm gonna play my zone responsibilities. Hey, if the guy catches the ball underneath, I'm gonna come down and explode, wrap him up, tackle him. Hey, we may live to fight another day. Those are two different type of mentalities. Horn, I'm gonna be in your face. I'm gonna make sure that you guys can see the follicles, the sweat being peeled, right? um, I'll take Sertan or Horn. Both can learn quickly. This is from Keyshawn Alexander. Yeah, you're right. There go Lance Bell with the official number, 7 receptions for 129, 1 tub. Appreciate you, Lance Bell. Thank you so much for putting that information down there. And I'm not saying that Kyle Pitts, if he goes to the Eagles or what have you, and we pick up Patrick Surtain, he's going to put up 7 receptions every time he see us and put up north of 120 yards. I'm not saying that would happen. I'm not saying that would happen. And no way, Kyle Pitts is going to drop all the way to the Eagles. Because to me personally, I know a lot of people say, well, Law, you think Kyle Pitts is everything. Well, hell, I'll still draft Jamar Chase over Kyle Pitts. Y'all can fight me later. Jamar Chase, shoot, that boy's bad out there. Oh, my goodness. JD, what's good, man? He says, Law, you think the chance will fall? Let me see, let me read it. Let me put my hook on funny glasses together. Law, you think that Chase will fall or Surtain will fall to the Cowboys? Oh, yeah. There's a strong chance that Surtain will fall to the Cowboys. There's a gray area with Jamar Chase. I don't think that Jamar Chase is going to fall. And I think there's a lot of smoke and mirrors with the Cincinnati team. I think that that's their guy, even though they need offensive linemen. But hell, in the second round, they can go grab a guy, or they can trade back into the first. The Cincinnati need to do a good job of getting their guy a quarterback, not a quarterback, but a wide receiver. Think about it. They don't have any wide receivers in Cincinnati land, right? Last I checked, I think AJ Green or whatever his name is, he gone, right? Y'all let me know. Jay Versick, what's good? What's good with the $5 donation to help elevate the nation over here, baby? Appreciate you for your love and adulations. It says J.C. Horn trained with Jalen Ramsey, a dog training a dog. Look, I love hearing that, Jay Versick. I can't wait to Google to check that reference out. But I appreciate you, man. If he's training with Jalen Ramsey, cornerback or defensive back in general, you got to put them both in the same wheelhouse, right? It's a mentality screw. You got to have the mindset. You got to have the temperament. On one end, you got to have short-term memory. On the other end, you got to have skill, technique, and the ability to do such. Speed. You got to have one of the underrated things that you got to have as a defensive back is recovery speed. Because there's not a defensive back in the National Football League that ever played a game that never been burned before. You're going to get burned. That's the name of the game. You're going to misread. You're going to guess wrong. And that's probably with Caleb Farley. We can talk about that later. You're going to mess up. But you got to have that short-term memory. And you got to understand, you got to have the recall, the cognitive recall. That's why it's so important to not sub out your cornerbacks in and out. That's why it's so important to understand when you're playing against a person, you see, okay, this is their release. This is what they like to do at the top of their release. Oh, snap. This wide receiver, you mean to tell me you only got 3 releases? Woo! Now, as a defensive back, you putting that in your mind. You sitting there and say, okay, when he's right here, okay, this is how he opened up. This is the telltale side where his toes are pointed at when he released off into the inside. Oh, now I know his tendencies. But see, I got to bait them into it now. I can't showcase my hand. You see, a lot of times people look at defensive backs. They say, oh, man, anybody can do it. But it's a technical type of technique that you got to have the recall and all of that stuff. And sometimes you will guess wrong and get burnt. But you got to get underneath that thing and have that recovery to chase and get upfield. And at this point, play the ball. Wide receiver tilted, looking back for the ball. Okay, that's the key indicator for me knowing where that ball is in space. And at the end of the day, if you beat, that's when you play those hands. When that wide receiver do like this, your last chance of getting that ball out, swiping towards their hands. That's your last chance. So all of that is broken down into one play. And you got to do that for the majority of the game. You can't mess up. So if J.C. Horn, I say all of this, if J.C. Horn is working out with Cal Pitts, that is a noble, marvelous thing. I'm going to check the reference, though. I'm going to see if he's working out. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Alina. Appreciate you. We're in the lovely, lovely state of California right now. It's cool. I thought California, you'd be able to walk around with your shirt off out here, but it's cool out here. But shout out to Cali weather. It's still, I'll take this over hot time, you know. Let's see what we got over here. JD, appreciate you. Realistically, Pitts doesn't get past Miami at 6. JD, you speaking nothing but the truth right there. I don't think that he gonna get past. He ain't gonna get past that. So we talking about nothing, right? Jay Lombardi, Tyron, and Lyle Collins will be back, and not too undrafted free agents starting at tackles. This is from L Dub. You know what? That's a brilliant concept. That's a brilliant thought right there. I didn't take heed to that. Last season, we had 2 undrafted guys as our left tackle and right tackle. Tackle, so important for the quarterbacks, right? So important, man. My goodness. The tackle position is so important for the running back and the quarterback. And what are the odds, right, of the Cowboys having both guys out throughout the main course of the year, and you fool around and had Terrence Steele, who, believe it or not, was getting his butt whooped in the Senior Bowl, right? If he couldn't even beat the Senior Bowl guys, what do you think that he was going to do in the pros? But shout out to Terrence Steele. He got a lot of experience, a lot of snaps. So not going to silly or denigrate the kid. Maybe year 3, year 4, he'll be a solid piece, right, on somebody's team or on still the Cowboys. But that's a good observation there. Let's see here. Yeah, Jay Lombardi. Yeah, you most certainly. Avery says not worried about our offense. No. Look, I'm with the mindset that you always got to better your best. You always got to figure out how you can increase the bottom line of your team. And a famous philosopher once said, his name is Bill Parcells, I'm just trying to put him as a philosophy talking, that he said, if you think you're good at a position, draft again. Let me repeat, if you think you're good at a position, draft again. Sip the truth. 34. Appreciate you. Yeah, let's see what he got over here. Law. Joe did a mock draft showing we grab Horn in the first, and in the second round, we pick Nick Bolton, and in the third, if I'm reading that wrong, let me read that again. Appreciate you for the $19.99 for your mind, though. Oh my goodness, man! Donations off the top rope. And shout out to everybody who's giving the stars on the Facebook side. Need to reach out to Facebook so that we can showcase the stars that come in on the platform here. But appreciate you guys for your love and adulations. He says, Law, Joe did a mock draft showing. We grabbed Horn in the first, and in the second round, we grabbed Joe Tyron. Okay, I skipped that part. In the third, we grabbed Nick Bolton. So we figure this out. So we went defense, defense, defense. Okay. I can't get mad. I can't get mad at that movement right there. If we go grab Joe, and if it, uh, I like this particular situation. We'll find out though. We'll find out. Appreciate you, Sip the Truth. Now, who is Joe? who is Joe? Put down in the comment box, Sip the Truth. Who is Joe? Who Joe? Joe knows, right? QB, wide receiver, laugh out loud. Appreciate you, man, Avery. What's good with you, David? Here's one of the guys over here. Tired of seeing 44 and 45 nail biting every week. Defense. This is Terrence. Terrence. Y'all, the show of hands again. Thumbs up in the chat if you believe that this defense will give up 30 points a game. And if you don't believe the defense will give up 30 points a game, type in DB. Don't believe. We'll see what you guys say. Let's see what they say. Because I don't believe. I put in DB in the chat. I wish I could put in the chat DB. I don't believe we're going to give up 30 to 35 points a game. Here's why. Last season, once again, hear me out. And I know I sound homer. You know, I know people are looking like, well, Law, you just homering this thing up. I just don't believe that this team are going to have a stallment on their drive on the offense. I think it's just me, it's just a hunch. But I appreciate you, Terrence. I'm just hear me out, Cowboy Nation. I just don't believe that having your left tackle and your right tackle out, and you having these quick 3 and outs, you having these drives that you can't complete, these drive killers too, that you give the ball back to the opposing team, and then all of a sudden they get momentum and they score, and then you chasing at the bit, trying to keep up with them, and then in the third and the fourth quarter, that's when your offense open back up. Now you putting up points to catch back up and these sorts of things. I just don't believe that this will happen again of what happened last year. Left tackle, right tackle out. Team pressing to score, turnover. Ezekiel Elliott playing basketball with the football. Drive killers. And then in the late third, and the early fourth quarter, in the mid fourth quarters, now you having a chance to get the ball back and these sorts of things of scoring because teams are pretty much in prevent these sorts. I don't think that will happen. I could be 1,000,000% wrong, but I'm going to put DB. I don't think the team's going to put that many points on the board. But my biggest issues, I'm going to tell y'all my reservations. And y'all can get mad at me. Y'all can say, Law, you're negative. But dog, we've been live for 39 minutes and I haven't talked about this. So can you guys give me this right here? My biggest reservation have nothing to do with the defensive backs. You can split it to the safeties and the cornerbacks. But baby, my biggest reservation is not the linebackers. My biggest reservations is that front four. That's my biggest reservation. That front four. As you guys waking up on this Saturday, I just got to tell y'all, I'm not in fear if I'm the opposing team of a Navell Gallimore, a Tristan Hill, Antoine Woods, a rotational guy like a Brent Urban. Even if you throw in Carlos Watkins, I'm not going to be worried about those guys if I'm the opposing team. Justin Hamilton, shout out to him from my hometown, Natchez, Mississippi. Shout out to Justin. But let's be real, Cowboy Nation, just for a moment. Just like my analogy that I gave about the dinosaur movie, Jurassic Park. When they was trying, I think it was season 2 or part 2 of Jurassic Park, the scientists wanted to go back into the island, Jurassic Park, and they wanted to retrieve something. I forgot what it was or what have you, but they said the island, just hear me out. I know you guys ready to go, but hear me out. The island, the bigger threat of the island is in the interior. Why? Because that's where the big dinosaurs are at. Those big dinosaurs are ferocious. They will gobble you up in a nanosecond. So what we got to do is creep around the edge and work our way through into the middle of the island. They give us a better chance and opportunity to survive. So the helicopter dropped them off on the edge of the island, and they had to work themselves into the middle of the island. Yeah? You guys get what I'm saying? But when teams play the Dallas Cowboys, they just say, man, drop them anywhere. There's no threat into the interior. Drop them in the interior. Matter of fact, you can put them right here. You know, they're not in threat of our interior defensive front. Now, could it be changed overnight? Hell no. You can take your best defensive guy, the interior guy from this particular draft, whether it be a Christian Barmore or whether it be a J2 Filet. Those boys are going to have to get their man body together. Those boys, it's going to take at least 2 to maybe 3 years before you even notice their production. That's the craziest thing, because you're trying to take a position that you're going cheap at and try to get the results. Remember, everybody got a reason, but results are what matter. And I'm not trying to sully or denigrate Antoine Twaka Woods. I'm not trying to throw cast aspersions or shade at Tristan Hill, but let's be real, Cowboy Nation. That's all I'm saying. The Cowboys, hear me out, in order for them to improve that interior, they're going to have to go into the free agency pool and dive in there. But they didn't. So maybe, just maybe, after the draft, you draft your interior guy, you develop him, and you see and you wait for a team to release a person because they drafted their guy and they think that they can improve on that aspect. And you snatch him up and you say, hey, teach this young bull how to rush from the interior. But our only hope would be this right here, Cowboy Nation. You know I got to get you some positive out of it. If all of a sudden, Brent Urban, 6'7", 310 pounds, give or take. If all of a sudden he gets over here in Dallas land and he say, hey, I'm hungry. I got a PhD mentality. What's a PhD mentality? Oh, I'm poor. and I'm hungry and I'm determined to make things happen. So maybe when I line up one-on-one between the guy, between the A and the B gap, I'm shooting that gap. I'm stopping the run. I'm going to plug this thing up. I'm contagious. It's going to get over to Navaire Gallimore. Maybe, just maybe, Navaire Gallimore be eating some of that Canadian bacon, and he's going to be ready to say, hey, man, I had a slow start last season, but this season I can get out there and make something happen because I want to get this thing going for the best way possible. Appreciate you. Oh my goodness, St. Clair, appreciate you for the donations to help elevate the nation. That's all I'm saying. Just have to put some objectivity out there for you guys for the front. Would you be okay with trading back into the late first round for Russo or Barmore? Trading back. As long as you didn't say, St. Clair, trading down. I believe, and we did some mocks, that Barmore fell to us with the 44th pick. I believe if we just hold our ground, pick with our 10th pick, and see what can happen to us with the 44th pick. But depending on where the Cowboys go with their 10th pick, let's say, for example, the only time I would trade back into the first would be, and hear me out, Cowboy Nation, Cowboys go with Slater with the 10th overall draft pick, which would be nice. And we hear that chime music again because, you know, the draft is only one day for the first round. We hear that chime music again, and the Cowboys trade back into the first, and they pick up a J.C. Horn, then I would live with that. But for Russo or even the Barmore kid, I would say I'll pass on that one, though. But I appreciate you for your love and adulation for the channel. But Jay says he wouldn't mind that. He wouldn't mind it. Okay. Hey. Oh, my goodness. Yes, indeed. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. Shout out to Stream Elements. They're one of the people that push the platform to grow. And be sure to click on those links there to help the channel grow. Cash App as well as PayPal that helps elevate the nation. Appreciate those who are out here with me on this beautiful day. I got less than 10 more minutes, so I want to get these questionings out to everyone. Don't trade back unless you're getting a first rounder for the next year. This is from Jeff Henderson. Oh, you mean trade down, right? Because trade back into the first, that's an aggressive move. Here's my thoughts on this, though, Jeff, and everybody who answer these questions or ask these questionings here. Shout out to you, Jay Bursick. Here's my philosophy. Here's my philosophy. We got 10 picks. We got 10 picks. 10 of them. The Cowboys should not sit here and say, we're going to utilize all 10. They should package up some of those picks, move up and get up and grab a person. Be a little bit more aggressive. But you can be conservative aggressive, if I can throw this in, at everybody. What is that, Law? What are you speaking of? That's nonsense. Well, conservative in the aspect of with the 10th pick, you stay put. There's only 3 options. Move up, move back, or stay put. You stay put with the 10th pick. And in the second round, you can start being a little bit more aggressive. You can start taking a little bit more phone calls. There will be people who want to get in your spot. And also there will be players that you would want to get. For example, let's say, for example, if Gregory Russo is one of the guys that you have high on your board and they're close to the 44th pick. I don't say that you move all the way inside and you do something crazy. But what I'm saying is, collectively speaking, if somebody's close and you know you can give up a little bit, then you can do that type of thing, right? Right. Or let's say, for example, if you got JOK We know JOK would not make it to the 44th pick, but if somehow in a strange world the Cowboys love JOK and they really like him, and he's within reason, within range, be aggressive. Be aggressive. Go grab that guy. Don't sit on your hands. But we still need help in the interior. What's good with you? Danny Woods. Appreciate you so much for jumping in. Let's go. Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go. And Cowboy Nation, I want you guys to understand that we only speaking within the mindset of objectivity. What this team needs, once again, we need help on the defensive side. We need help as it relates to the interior. Can they get a guy that can be a dog for the interior for the Dallas Cowboys this season? Yes. But we got to have the expectation that it would take time. It would flat out take time. And I'm not saying just because it takes time, you do not make that necessary investment. No. But what I'm saying is you still go out there and prospect, you grab them, you bring them onto the team, but have the expectation that it's going to take at least 2 to 3 years. And maybe in a spurt of moments, you see some shining plays within the first year. JD, what's good with you? He says, only way I'm trading back into the first is to get a player like Morridge to solidify the secondary to a strength. Yeah, from a strength aspect of it. Yeah. But dog it, JD, y'all already know this DB class, JD. This DB class is thick. Look, you could just run a mock draft simulator, and you have Richie Grant, Jamar Johnson, that falls right in your lap. You will have the Washington kid, Darius Washington. People love him as well. You got a Darius Washington that can fall in your lap. Bledsoe kid that can fall. Now, I'm not saying you take him that early, but you know what I'm saying. You got the Cisco. This defensive back class is thick. And watch. It'll be Brady Breeze that probably be the best safety out of everybody. Watch, this is how the life is. Or the kid that played for USC. It'll be one of the guys that you wouldn't even think of. Is it Talano? You say, man, this guy just off the chain. What round he was drafted in? That's how the draft is such a fickle process. Javon Holland, yeah, oh my goodness. Asmodeus, thank you, Law, for addressing our concerns. I really appreciate you guys for listening. Hey, put down in the chat box, Cowboy Nation, where you guys are from. Also, if you are in the great state of California, let me know. If you're in the San Diego area, let me know. If you're on the west side, as they say, let me know. Put that down in the chat box. Always love to know where our Cowboys families are from. We are the only team that can go live at any time and say, man, where y'all from? And we get people from across the pond. We get people from Philly. We get people from Mexico. We get people from, of course, you get people from Alabama, Mississippi. We get people from Hawaii. I love knowing this hour. Shout out to you, Jeff. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, 365 California. Here, baby. That's what I'm talking about. The 209 for your mind, man. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Oh, yes, man. This was a good show, man. Impromptu. I'm in a corner of a spot showing off some of the festivities out here. I'm the only one up. They probably like, look, man, go to bed, dude. You know, it's too early. Rhode Island, Big Mac, what's good, baby? Texas, Santee, what's good with you? Thank you so much for jumping in. I said, Lulin, appreciate you. Listening from Seattle, Michael Kelly. Shout out to you, man. Michael, that means, man, if I was in Seattle, Washington, I could just go live out there. You can say, what's up, dog? What's good, man? That's my family right there. I got a coffee on you, man. Solve this for me. Is Seattle Drip the best coffee out there? or is it still Starbucks, or if it's one of those hole in the walls? Let me know. Let me know. Memphis, Tennessee. That's what I'm talking about. Memphis, Tennessee. That boy Tony Pollard doing his thing. That boy Tony Pollard is doing his thing. Nah, Gallup is the dog we traded. Seen that trade Amari. No, 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 no. Eman, no, 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 no. Let's not trade Amari Cooper. North Carolina in the house. What's good, North Carolina? Appreciate ya. SoCal, Trojan, appreciate you, man. He don't even have to look. He love his state so much. He put it in the name. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, be sure when the draft time come around, check out my contemporaries, Vox Lombardi, Big Game James, Okoye Media. Of course, we're going to have the OC, Boss Cowboys, Skywalker Steel, everything else in the mix. We got some more Cowboy content creators. Of course, Joe Boo Sports Report, that doggone Voodoo Doll and Mark Holmes. Y'all make sure that y'all make y'all rounds around all of the Cowboys community, my Cowboys family. My goodness, Matt, the list go on and on and on. We got tons of DMV Cowboy that just names Foots the King. Man, we got a lot of things going on as it relates to that. Even West Coast Cowboy for those that's on the Facebook group. Who else? I'm leaving out somebody. If you're a content creator, man, let me know. Akeem, appreciate you. Connecticut. I didn't know you were from Connecticut. Appreciate you, man. Now I know. If I'm ever in Connecticut, man, I got some connections over there. Appreciate you. Steven, this is what I'm talking about. Irving, Texas. Man, we're going to have to meet up, Arthur. We're going to have to meet up, man, since you're right in the neck of the woods of Texas. Shout out to everybody. I'm planning on doing something special. I guess during the draft, maybe being at the start. Y'all let me know if that's something. We can do the same thing. This is just a test. Imagine me setting up at the star like this, baby. We could be setting up at the star. And we can do this same thing and rock out at the start. And maybe we can bring in people just walking by. And of course, you have to have your mask on if you're going to get real close, however that thing work out with Texas ruling and these sorts of things. But we'll work it out, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate you, JD. Thank you, everybody. Dallas Cowboy fan. Yeah, E2 Blue. Yeah, E2 Blue. Check them out, man, and the whole entire crew. If I left your name out, charge it to my head, not my heart. Let's continue to find a way. Write this down. Cowboy Nation, y'all know I will be having my outro music, but I don't have it with me. But write this down. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all of the things tawdry and cheap for it, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you are gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, and lose all terror of God or man for it, if you will simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and scarcity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if doggone and grim and proceed and beset it with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, guess what? Like St. Clair and KD and Jay Lombardi, you can get it. Let's go, Brooks. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. Put the fire emojis in the chat box. Really appreciate you. My name is Law Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. I forgot the Godfather, Shango. Forgot him. But man, shout out to my dog, Shango. He's the reason why I'm on YouTube and Facebook doing this Cowboys content. Shout out to Shango. He's my guy, man. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go get that Super Bowl. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, baby. Let's go.